Imagine this. It's 2:31 a.m. My apartment smells like burnt sage and cold coffee. I'm surrounded by vision boards, sticky notes, half-melted candles, affirmations everywhere, walls, mirrors, the fridge. I've repeated "I am abundant" so many times, the words feel like static in my mouth. I'm clutching a crystal, chanting into the dark, desperate to believe. But my hands are shaking, my chest is tight, and I can't escape the low hum of anxiety in my gut. You ever get that? Where the more you try to be positive, the more it just hurts? In this video, you're going to learn the real secret to manifesting, how to flip your inner state so your outer world finally follows. You'll discover why most manifestation methods fail, how your nervous system holds the real keys, and the single practice that rewires your energy at the deepest level. And if you stay until the very end, you'll not only get the exact step-by-step ritual I use every night, you'll walk away knowing how to live the frequency of your dreams, starting tonight. Stick with me because the shift you've been searching for is about to begin. That night I hit bottom, not the kind where you spiral into chaos. Quiet, lonely bottom, where you realize you've done everything right and nothing has changed. Not your bank account, not your relationships, not the gnawing hunger inside. The world is full of people selling you the dream, but nobody tells you about this. The night you wake up to the truth that vision boards can't save you, positive thinking isn't enough, and sometimes the universe just says no. So, what was I missing? That's what kept ringing in my mind. It was a question so loud it drowned out the self-help mantras, the motivational YouTube playlists, the endless Instagram posts. What am I missing? If you've ever whispered that question to yourself, you know the sound. It's the crack in the mask, the splinter in the matrix, the beginning of real magic. I remember that night so clearly. I finally dropped the act. I looked at my wall, my beautiful, colorful, crowded wall of hopes. And for the first time, I let myself feel stupid. Not because I was wrong to dream, but because I realized I'd been trying to decorate a prison cell, not escape it. I've been wallpapering over the same old bricks. Beliefs I never chose, wounds I never wanted, stories I inherited. The truth hit me like ice water. I was trying to manifest a new world with the nervous system of the old one. Flashback. I'm 8 years old, sitting at the kitchen table, watching my mom count coins. She's tired, she's kind, and she's repeating the same sentence she's said my whole life. Money doesn't grow on trees. That night, I realized my entire nervous system had been programmed in the currency of lack. No matter what I told myself, my body was still singing the old song. There's never enough. You are not enough. The universe, it seemed, agreed. I started trying harder, more affirmations, more scripting, waking up at 2 a.m. to visualize abundance. I Googled fastest way to manifest. I counted angel numbers. I bought crystals. I even did that thing where you write your wish 55 times in a row. You know what happened? My anxiety got worse. My self-doubt grew louder. My energy, my actual physical body, felt like it was shrinking, like I was being crushed by invisible hands. It's almost funny in hindsight, but back then, it was hell. If you're still here, listening, let's get honest. Have you ever chased a dream so hard it ran away from you? Have you ever forced a smile until your face ached, hoping the universe would get the hint? If you have, you're in good company. The truth is, the more you chase, the more you push it away. Your body knows when you're faking it. The universe knows too. One night, in the middle of this manifesting spiral, I snapped. I tore my vision board off the wall. I ripped it into shreds, threw it in the trash, and screamed into my pillow. "What am I missing?" I demanded. "What the hell am I missing?" I wasn't angry at the universe. I was angry at myself for believing that if I just tried harder, the magic would work. And that's when something strange happened. I stopped talking, stopped affirming, stopped trying. For the first time in years, I listened, not with my mind, but with my whole being. I noticed my breath, shallow, tight, barely filling my chest. I noticed my stomach, clenched like a fist. I noticed my hands, curled into claws. And then I remembered something I'd read in a peer-reviewed neuroscience study. The body doesn't care about your thoughts. It only responds to signals of safety or threat. Your nervous system is the original manifester. Your conscious mind, just the narrator, making sense of the signals your body sends up from the deep. Science says it clearly. 95% of your life is run by subconscious patterns, written before you were even 7 years old. You can say, "I am wealthy" all day, but if your nervous system learned that wealth is dangerous, or love means abandonment, or happiness equals punishment, you will repel what you seek. It's not sabotage, it's self-protection on the most primal level. The more I tried to overwrite my lack with thoughts of abundance, the more my body dug in its heels. The more I forced gratitude, the more I felt like a liar. Have you ever felt that split? Mind racing one way, body pulling the other? If you're still here, you're different. Most people turn back when the old story fights back. Maybe you want the deeper path. I did. So that night, for the first time, I did nothing. I just sat. I let my body do what it needed to do. I breathed. I felt the fear. I let myself grieve every failed manifestation, every unmet hope, every moment of disappointment. I cried until my face hurt, until the dam broke and something else, something deeper, rose up from the wreckage. That something was honesty. Radical, naked honesty. I asked myself, what do I really believe about abundance, about love, about my worth? The answers were not pretty. I wrote them down anyway. I am not enough. I will never have enough. Good things are for other people. There it was, my true frequency, humming just beneath the surface of all those pretty affirmations. And then I stopped resisting. I decided to become a scientist in my own life. I asked, what if I just acted like the person I want to be? Not faking it, but embodying it, letting my body practice being safe, being worthy, being abundant, even if my mind didn't buy it yet. It sounded like wishful thinking, but it's actually neuroscience. When you embody a new state, even for a few minutes, you give your nervous system a rehearsal. You teach it that the future is safe. You train it to expect miracles, not just fear. So I started experimenting. Each morning, before I reached for my phone, I stood up, took a slow breath, and imagined I'd already received everything I wanted. Not just picturing it, but feeling it. How would I walk to the kitchen if I was truly abundant? How would I make my coffee? How would I breathe, move, speak, eat, rest? I let my body show me the way, even if my mind screamed fake. The strangest thing happened. It felt good. It felt real. And then the world responded. Not all at once, not like a movie, but in small, almost laughable ways. I found money in old jacket pockets, clients reached out who had ghosted me months ago. My inbox, once a graveyard, started to bloom with opportunity. I felt lighter. I smiled at strangers. My energy shifted first. My reality followed. Not because I wished harder, but because I embodied the wish. One breath, one moment at a time. That's the turning point. Right here. Right now. This is not a story about instant riches or fairy tale love. It's a story about becoming, about living the result before you see it. It's about teaching your body to trust in what's coming by acting as if it's already here. Fake it till you make it isn't a scam. It's a neurobiological shortcut. When you move, breathe, and be the outcome, you become a magnet for the future you desire. If you're still listening, try this with me right now. Take a breath. Imagine one thing you want, really want. A relationship, a new job, a healed body, whatever calls to you. Now, ask yourself, how would I feel if it was already mine? Don't just think, embody. Would you breathe deeper? Would you stand taller? Would your face soften, your jaw unclench? For 60 seconds, try it. Not for anyone else, just for you. Move as that person. Smile as that person. Feel the difference? That's not imagination. That's transformation. That's the first step. This is how ancient mystics did it. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna to see the world as already one. Hermetic texts teach that as within, so without, that the inner state is the source code of the outer world. Even NASA scientists, in studies on visualization and performance, have proven that mental and physical rehearsal primes the body for achievement, rewiring neural pathways, accelerating results. But don't take my word for it. Don't believe anyone's word for it. Experiment in your own life. For 1 week, live as if. Act the part, not because you're a fraud, but because you're training your nervous system for the next level. If resistance comes up, good. That's the old script dying. Thank it for trying to protect you, and keep going. Each time you embody the wish, even for a moment, you plant seeds in the field of possibility. Water them, tend them. Trust the timing. Now, the wow moment. The shift that took me years to find. There was one night, I remember it like lightning, where I tried this ritual with zero expectation. I breathed as if abundance was already true. I cooked myself a dinner I thought I couldn't afford. I let gratitude bubble up, not for the things I wanted, but for the feelings I was allowing. That night, I got a call from someone who had owed me money for years. Out of nowhere, they wanted to pay me back. Not a fortune, but enough to prove to me that something real was happening. Was it magic? Was it coincidence? I don't know. I just know the universe responds to embodiment, not begging. And the pattern repeated. Each time I lived the state, even for a few minutes, life echoed it back in small, concrete ways. The key was not to force the outcome, but to relax into the feeling of already. The more I surrendered, the faster the shifts came. And if things didn't show up right away, I didn't panic. I trusted the process. I remembered. My job is to embody, The universe's job is to deliver. If you're still here, you're the 1%. Most people hear this and turn away. Too simple, too obvious, too uncomfortable. But you're ready. You're the reason I'm telling this story. Because the world doesn't need more vision boards. It needs more visionaries, people who live their dream from the inside out. Right now, in this moment, you can choose to shift. You don't have to know the how. You don't have to wait for the world to change. You change. You embody. You teach your nervous system to feel safe with your future, and the future will race to meet you. Let's do this together. One last time before we close. Place your hand on your heart. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine your greatest wish is already true. Feel the gratitude, the relief, the joy. Let it fill your body. Now open your eyes. See the world not as it is, but as it could be, because you are already living it. Hold that feeling for as long as you can. That's the new baseline. That's the code you just rewrote. If this video made something click in your soul, if you felt that charge, that pull, that quiet sense that this is it, I want you to stay with me now, because this is where most people fade out, go back to scrolling, forget everything they just heard. But you, I know you. You're not just a dreamer, you're a doer. You're ready to live what you want, not just wish for it. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pause. Yes, literally pause this video. Stand up, shake your body out, let go of the day. Then, as soon as you're ready, come back. Because what happens next could rewire everything. Think about the thing you want most. Not what you think you should want, but the thing that won't let you sleep. Got it? Good. Now, imagine that wish already fulfilled. How would your body move? How would you breathe? Would you laugh more? Would you pick up the phone and call someone just to say thank you? Would you make yourself a beautiful meal just because you can? Would you walk a little slower, a little taller, a little more certain? Try it, right now. For 60 seconds, live as that person. Don't worry if it feels weird or fake. The point isn't to trick anyone, it's to train yourself. Neuroscience shows that acting as if actually is becoming. Each time you do this, you reinforce new neural pathways, new chemical signatures, new patterns of possibility. The body always leads, the world always follows. Now I want you to lock this in. Drop a comment below just one time saying, I live the frequency. That's not a slogan, it's a declaration, a contract with yourself, a ripple in the digital ocean. The more of us who do this, the bigger the field gets. Don't just watch, activate. Comment, I live the frequency. Watch who else shows up. You are not alone in this. If you felt the shift, smash the like button. Yes, hit it like you mean it. If you really want to amplify this movement, share this video with someone who's stuck in their own old script, someone who needs to stop wishing and start embodying. And don't just stop here. Subscribe to Noetica. This isn't another self-help echo chamber. This is a revolution, a family of people committed to living, breathing, and becoming the future now. Every week, we dive deeper into ancient wisdom, cutting-edge science, stories that shock, rituals that work, mysteries that set your soul on fire. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Before you go, take this mantra with you. Screenshot it, write it on your mirror, tattoo it on your mind. I live the frequency of my future. Now. Say it when you wake up. Whisper it before you sleep. Let it become your heartbeat, your default, your new truth. Because the secret is out. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. And what you are, you can choose. Right here, right now, in this moment, you get to decide. Old story or new reality. You already have the tools. You already have the power. All that's left is to live it. The world will notice. The universe will respond. The shift starts with you, in this exact breath. Welcome to your new baseline. Welcome to Noetica. Welcome home.